You know, I feel like I could have gone back to that door and gone through there, but I just... Yeah, I think back, and they probably had some secret stuff in there. There's probably like some ammunition and stuff like that. But it's okay.
So you've made it this far.
Of course I made it this far. How could I not make it this far? You're making it extremely easy to get this far. I mean, gosh, it's not as though I've died hundreds of times. Okay, now are you getting me ready for a boss fight already? Do we have a boss fight down here already? Like, what else? What? Jesus. Look at all that bullet. Look at all those bullets. There's no way in hell. I could not carry... Oh, I want to carry all of them. I want to carry all the munitions. All of it. I want everything. So it must mean that this is going to be the final bit. I might be wrong, but I feel like this might be it, kids. This might be it. This might be ground zero. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. There's somebody whining. Whining and crying and dying. Hey, it's Doom Guy. Or the Doom Slayer. Again, I think this would be the great thing for Doom 3 to actually be the sequel to Doom Eternal. And this is where our friend Doom Guy is sealed away, and it'd be really nice. Where the hell is that coming from? Okay, it is this. See, I hate the fact that it talks, but you can't fucking hear it. So we're just gonna keep going. There's a big old bag of ammunition. And this should be I think this is the last bit, man. I think this is the last bit. Couple guys been crucified. This should be a reference to something. All of you. You got Peter's cross going on. Come on, open up. You know, again, this reminds me of Quake 3. Hey, id Software, right there. Oh, nice. You cover that hole, or am I going to have to walk across that? Let's see. Oh, yeah. So this is the secret PDA. This gives you some back information. id Software. They don't have any audio logs, but they do have some user emails. And this is just thank yous. Thank you. Thanks. There you go. All that stuff. Tim Willits, thanks. Special thanks. Everybody thanks. Woo. Show the support years. I really wish they did this in other games too, you know, where people could put this in. Oh, damn, there's a lot. I just wanted to take and leave all that stuff there. It's for anybody who wants to look at it or read it. Yes. Just something to think about. Something to think about if you ever play this yourself, or something to look up on the wiki. It is nice that they did that, and I really wish more games were able to do that and more people were able to put their stuff in. Especially for how much you work on it, you know? But this is the final bit, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. We are in Doom 3 land of bullshit. This is actually the best looking Cyber Demon they've ever made. It looks pretty freaking cool. It looks pretty freaking cool. And unlike Doom Eternal, or I shouldn't say Doom Eternal, but Doom the BFG edition, this is how it originally was. You don't have the means of destroying it with anything but the Soul Cube. I don't know why some people got really pissy about that. When it was originally released, people just got so upset and complained about it so much. They ended up putting a patch out so that you would be able to fight it with whatever you wanted. So that whole thing about the Soul Cube being the only means of destroying the Cyber Demon was bullshit, blah, blah, blah. Honestly, this isn't that great of a fight. Once you understand what you have to do, it's not actually that complicated. And like I said, I couldn't believe that people got pissy about it. It was pretty hilarious. I was like, wow. Because even when I got to this, the first time I went through, freaking easy. Is it dead? Nope, not yet. I think it takes it 4 times. It takes 4 times to hit it. Come on, gonna hop up another... Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I know where all the spawn locations are for these guys. Just don't get hit by a rocket. Yep, he's realized he can come the other direction. Lay down. There we go, and it cuts its knee off. It roars. Roar. Right to its skull. And off it goes to sacrifice itself. And there we are. It's done. Sealed the hell portal. Beep, beep.
Con Zulu, this is Echo 1. Give me a visual status. Echo 1, this is Recon Zulu. We've got massive damage all over the base. This place looks like hell. I've got life signs on the bioscanner. Eyes sharp. Echo 1, we've got a survivor, a Marine. Corporal, you hear me? You alright?
Where
Can you hear me?
am I?
Echo 1,
Took
this
my
is Recon
shit.
Zulu. Prepare for medevac. Copy that. Have you located Counselor Swan? Yes, sir. He's dead. Roger,
Oh.
Recon 1. What about Dr. Betruger? He's nowhere to be found, sir.
Oh, yes. Up in the air it goes. Whee! This was actually pretty cool to see this thing. Now, obviously, sequel bait. Ladies and gentlemen, sequel bait. Nice. And the good background music. You know, I enjoyed it. I hope you did as well as we played through this together. And it's certainly one of those games you come back to every once in a while. Even if you don't think that it is a good Doom game, it's a great horror game. And I think that if you play through it blind the first time, maybe even the second time, it's good. And its greatest parts that I've seen are the first bits in Mars City, because it immerses you in a universe that really feels that it's got that Half-Life feeling, like you'd want more of it. Like you'd want more of these just mundane moments of like this buildup of mystery, and then have it kick off again. You know, to be a part of the team and have all that. That would have been pretty cool. I know some people hated that, which I thought was hilarious, especially for the time. At the time when this came out, things were following in that Half-Life formula, and we look back and either have hatred for it or a lot of love and respect for it. And again, as I've said before, a lot of people, including myself, thought this was going to be where video games went. They were going to have more interactivity. They're going to have more filled out universes where they're actually interesting to dive into. Even though it would be small, condensed, it would still be something like you pick up a PDA, you could read about their lives, read about their days, you could read their audio logs, or in this case, listen to the audio logs, or read them if they're transcribed. You read the emails and things like that. Just bits and pieces that you would pick up and form the world around it. It's something that was extremely good and very immersive. And we thought, yeah, video games are going to follow this. We're going to keep that sci-fi trend going. And I think these games, Doom 3 was probably one of the last next to Quake, who really took that science fiction style stuff and threw it in the forefront. But by the time, like the mid-2000s, sci-fi kind of dies off in a big way. You don't have too many big sci-fi titles. And you don't have anything that's massive. It seems like everything's gone back to fantasy in a very big way. I mean, even Doom, like, I think of Doom Eternal when I think about the fantasy elements. There's a lot of fantasy elements that were brought in with Doom Eternal, where it's gotten more mystical, more magical, less mechanical, more organic. So, I mean, just take the fact that Doom guy rides a dragon. A dragon. And that should take and wash over you like a bucket of cold water. It's like, ooh. And not only that, but you have like a gladiatorial arena. You have the ancient race that he fought beside. And all of this other stuff that reeks of fantasy. Versus something like Doom 3, and even Doom 2016 to a lesser extent, where they try to take a more sci-fi route to it. Even if you had like the Sentinels and things like that in Doom 2016, you still had more of Doom 3's energy, where it was, we're trying to understand this, we've got this technology, it's all about, we need this power to continue on. And Doom 2016, instead of being like a part of the world, like the Mars is a part of this greater galaxy, we instead get a more compact, we went to Mars, and Mars is the only way we were maintaining energy for Earth. And I thought that was hilarious when I saw it in 2016. And then I think about this in Doom 3. This is just one place in the galaxy that we're at. Like in Doom 3, they saw a future where humanity's across the stars and Mars is just a drop in the pail. Kind of like how the original was, where you have Mars is a base and then you had like Phobos. I don't know if they ever flushed out the universe farther than that, but they always had different bases and stuff. It wasn't just Mars. And then it became all about Mars. And then it became all about hell later on. Sometimes you just think back on it and say, man, what changed? What really moved people towards a more darker and sinister, a more nihilistic future? Still, I thank you for sitting with me, thank you for playing with me, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. I'll save you a spot by the campfire. Take care now.